as a drug in North Korea. North Korea is known to be one of the most conservative countries with very rigid laws. That is what makes the fact that marijuana is legalized all the more surprising. The so-called leaf tobacco is not considered a drug at all, and it grows freely in the country. The plant can often be seen growing alongside roads. Smoking marijuana is considered normal, and catching the scent while walking through town is quite usual. It is also known to be particularly popular amongst young soldiers in the North Korean military. North Koreans may only choose from 28 approved haircuts. Possibly one of the most surprising North Korean laws of all is the one defining which hairstyles are appropriate. Officially, there are only 28 hairstyles which are legal in the country. Men can choose from 10 different types of short haircuts, while women are free to choose from 18 styles. Married women, however, are to have only short hair, while singles can let their hair grow out a little longer. In 2013, North Korea's leader killed his own uncle by throwing him naked into a cage with 120 starving dogs. Kim Jong-un's uncle, Jang Sung-tae, was vice chairman of the National Defense Commission until he was considered a counter-revolutionary. After being proclaimed a traitor, Jang was stripped of all of his posts, expelled from the Workers' Party of Korea, and his image was literally erased. Photos of him being removed from the official media and his presence digitally erased from all photographs with other public officials. Kim Jong-un is known for his brutality, and the fact that the traitor was his family didn't make him reconsider the punishment. Jang and several of his followers were stripped naked and fed alive to previously starved dogs. This brutal execution was watched by hundreds of officials. Possessing Bibles, watching South Korean movies, and distributing pornography may be punishable by death in North Korea. 10,000 people, including women and children, were ordered to go to Shinpung Stadium and witness the execution of 80 people, tied to stakes with sacks over their heads. They were executed by machine guns. This was one of the numerous public executions which took place in North Korea and sent 80 people to their deaths. The executed people were charged with crimes of viewing South Korean movies, owning Bibles, watching pornography, and seeking services from prostitutes. There's an organization that parachutes copies of the Bible into North Korea. Although the Bible is banned in North Korea, believers still find ways to get themselves a copy. Bibles are being distributed by North Korean defectors in South Korea via the so-called Bible balloons. The balloons have an imprint of Mark, the shortest of the Gospels, and when the wind allows it, they are sent over the border into North Korea. The balloons have holes poked in them, which eventually make them deflate after floating a certain calculated distance. Guards on the northern borders are required to shoot down the balloons and arrest people that can be associated with them. A North Korean defector has parachuted DVDs of The Interview into the country. The recent comedy starring James Franco and Seth Rogen is a very open parody of North Korea, especially mocking dictator Kim Jong-un. Not surprisingly, the movie has been effectively banned in North Korea, and viewing it is considered breaking the law. Park Sung-hak, an activist in South Korea, has said that he considers it important for the people to view the movie, as it would contribute to the breaking of the myth and cult of Kim Jong-un. He has launched balloons carrying copies of the movie in an attempt to deliver 10,000 DVDs to the people of North Korea. North Korea holds elections every 5 years in which the ballots list only one candidate. Although under a dictatorship, the official name of North Korea is the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. In order to keep up with the illusion the name offers, the country organizes 5-year elections. Unfortunately, the elections offer just one candidate. The position of the leader is hereditary, but official elections are conducted, offering the hereditary leader as the only candidate. Voting is considered mandatory. North Korean prison camps are eerily familiar to the death camps that took place during the Holocaust under Hitler's leadership. The UN's Human Rights Council established an international commission which looks into the truth of North Korea's prison camps. A number of disturbing testimonies from former prisoners have been collected, and all of them assert the idea that the labor camps are death camps, largely resembling the ones established during World War II. In inhumane conditions, prisoners are malnourished and regularly regularly tortured, starved, beaten, and deprived of all medication or basic necessities, such as warm clothing or proper food rations. The prisoners, which are largely brought in on suspicion of being against the regime or being associated with anyone who might be against it, are not expected to survive for too long, and their corpses are disposed of by being eaten by dogs. If one person violates a law or is sent to a prison camp, it affects their whole family. Prison camps are a popular solution for crime in North Korea. The brutality of the camps have made them notorious worldwide and are largely labeled as death camps. The prisoners are overworked and starved. However, what is probably the most particular thing about the North Korean prison camps is how people end up in them. If you commit a political crime or are considered a revolutionary and a traitor, it is not only you who gets punished, but your entire family. 3 entire generations of the criminal's family will be imprisoned, as it is believed that the attitudes and disloyalty are carried down the bloodline. In the 1950s, North Korea built Kijang-dong, a nice city visible from the border, to encourage South Koreans to come over. It's actually a ghost town. For the purpose of keeping up appearances, North Korea ordered the creation of Kijang-dong. Kijang-dong is an uninhabited village in North Korea, built to look quite marvelous when viewed from the border, with the blue roofs of the buildings being the most prominent visual marker. The village looks prosperous, but in reality, it's empty, being a tool for the 1950s propaganda. The purpose is the encouragement of South Korean defection. Furthermore, the intention was that of creating an image of prosperity and happiness, trying to advertise that the people of North Korea are living with high living standards and in abundance. Kim Jong-il's body is preserved in a glass tomb for anyone, including outside tourists, to see. The North Korean government has a desire to keep its citizens from interacting with the outside world, and one of the ways to ensure this is making tourism virtually impossible. There are, however, several traveling agencies which are allowed to make organized tours into North Korea, but they are to follow a government-approved route and are forbidden from using their phones. One of the biggest attractions offered to Western tourists is the embalmed body of Kim Jong-il, laid out in a glass coffin within a state mausoleum.